all the wonders of the sea, and more besides.
What can I do for you? Sayuka? Bit of a backwater if you ask me, but don't tell the fleet master I told you so. This used to be where the fleet would send a person after they'd seen a fellow sailor blown to bits by a cannonball or what have you. That was before those mad druids out in the bog started sending bears and wild cats over the walls, of course. Let me know if you're in the market for something pointy. Everyone's always gotta ask. Not that I blame them. It is a good story. I was seeing this guy. Let's call him, I don't know, Kono. Kono and I had been carrying on a while when I started making noise about wanting to move in. Frightened the boy so bad, he went and joined the Royal Deadfire Company in the middle of the night. Thing is, I'm a deft hand with a throwing knife, and I know my way around 10 kinds of blades. So I followed him into the service. Pulled my weight, got on a good ship. Kono eventually left to go to poetry school or what have you. But I stayed. Haven't heard a complaint yet. Put your eyes on these.
Quiet. Rise, rise, protect the bog.
The shadow comes to muddy the light. Gone, darn it!
Somehow it always ends in bloodshed.
Future.
No, cannot do that.
At your service. You ask so little. So much for diplomacy. What's our plan?
You know what? I'm impressed. That was, whew, wow! I've never experienced anything like that before. You've been good to me. Better than I thought you'd be. I may not always show it, but I appreciate it. I guess. My owner... Things weren't perfect between us. Sometimes she'd cry after using me, or scabbard me and ignore me for days. It was complicated. You won't tell her about us, will you? Not that I like you or anything, I just don't want her to get the wrong idea. She's very sensitive. I didn't say that. I'm just saying maybe I misjudged you. Maybe you're not a ham-handed half-wit after all. Oh, this was a mistake. I knew I shouldn't have brought it up. Just point me at the map and I'll mark the last place I heard she was going. Some city called Dunnage. She dumped me, okay? She said she couldn't do this anymore and tossed me in a pile of garbage. Do you feel better now that I've humiliated myself for you? Is that what you wanted to hear? I don't want your fucking pity. I don't want to talk about this anymore. Let's go.
Agreed.
Eyes open.
Oh, think I can't see you, you sneaky bastard.
You've just
think
made
I
it
can...
Seal
Forget
this
it.
mute.
Fuse on.
Fall to battle. I cannot get through.
Wherefore seal this mute.
Damn blast.
That dog won't hunt.
At your service. Agreed.
That would be a no.
Eyes open.
Your every step fouls the ground. Why do you pollute this sacred place? This one is a trespasser spy. We cannot let him leave here alive.
That dog won't hunt.
Shall we be?
Hit me again and I'll hit you back.
You really need a drink, Maia.
Just like that.
I assist. Agreed.
you land-lubbing bag of bilge bile. You owe me 400 pounds, a ship, and your cog swabbing life.
See your mercy. Not futile.
You've just made my list.
I did not con this spell speak.
Agreed.
Ahoy, Cap. Benjir Tik. Shodi seems a right fine lass and all, but, well, she asked me to pick around in the forts. Told her I didn't see nothing. I bounced right off of her. But that were a lie. Oh, now that ain't fair, Cap. Sometimes I flirt. Ain't nothing truer than a flirt. I touched her mind for a second, but felt something pull me in and keep me trapped for what seemed like days. I ain't seen its like before. Sometimes old sorts get nightmares so that I can't bunk around them. But they usually ain't this flavor of apocalyptic. Right, fair point, Cap. We all deserve a fighting chance against our demons. And mayhaps I can help the lass stack the odds in her favor.
Speak your mind, Captain.
Damn me, the cops run dry.
I join crew. Worthless now, Arkhamir.
What say, my friend? Ah, the art of our ancestors, I say. Since devastation swept our way of life out to sea, too much of the art has been lost. Periki, founder of the guild, organized the lore of
Watcher, tell me what's on your mind? Not a one. Thanks to you, I'm sleeping like a babe. No, better even. I never knew nothingness could feel so warm and so nice. More like from my mind. No matter what comes to pass in the days and nights ahead, I won't forget who it was that brought me relief from the dreams. And the crush of the souls I'd acquired. You know where to find me if you want to talk. Or if you'd like to commune in other ways.
At once.
My lord, what do you require? With Cadnua in ruins, there was little purpose in waxing sentimental over the rubble. I was able to salvage enough of your treasure and wealth to afford the purchase of the Defiant and the hire of a small crew. Unfortunately, that consumed the remainder of your once considerable assets. Under the circumstances, I hoped you would not object. I recommend that we proceed to Hasongo. If the reports are true, then Aethus may have passed through there recently. I was the steward of your keep at Cadnua, my lord. Long before your time, I had my soul bound to a throne of Adra. And for nearly 200 years, I felt Cadnua and the comings and goings within it like an extension of myself. It is a strange connection to lose. Still, it would be unseemly for me to complain of loss to you, my lord.
Vela, do you have any duties on board this ship?
Yes, I help scrub the deck and mend the sails and pour the grog and all sorts of things.
I wonder if you are small enough to fit down the bore of an Imperial long gun.
I don't know. Why?
Well, someone has to clean them. Yes, you only have to ask.
Let's get a move on.
Captain. Or should I call you the Watcher of Cadnua? I confess that title. Something of a mouthful. This and that. Your involvement in Duke Avar's hearings on animancy and the aftermath brought you to the attention of animancers across the Reach. Do they? I don't think I'd care for people always calling me Animancer. No matter. I would hardly want to be like most people, now would I? Captain it is, then. When you took me aboard, you neglected to mention that you were in pursuit of a rampaging deity. I appreciate the apology, but it's unnecessary. The Blue Colossus may be one of the defining events of the age. I count myself fortunate to bear witness to your investigation. Speaking of, let us return to it, yeah?
My friend, hello. Ask, please. Should it be a challenge? Lipasalis, my home. It is a big city, ta? Many people speak many languages. That is Nujin, normal. There was a storm. Clouds black like night and high as the stars. We thought God would protect us. West. No one has ever been west because of the storms, huh? But we were determined. We came to teach. Teach about God. No, only God, huh? How to explain? I did not say I am a good teacher. You learn Seki, maybe we talk more about God. I am a fast learner. Do you think my Adiran is very bad? It cannot be as bad as Seraphin's. He opens his mouth and nonsense comes out. Do I not? I jest. You are right, I am not a teacher. There was a Sehaj, and then I was put on the ship. We can discuss, later. I did nothing. That is how I was put on that ship. Maybe a building went on fire, maybe many buildings, but that is the past. The future is more interesting, huh? Teach about God. I do not know what missionary is, but okay. I did not say I am a good teacher. You learn as you say. The edge of your map. A joke from Maia. Home is Yezua. Beyond the storm. Somewhere. A funny question. How to explain? I miss the wind. Hot and dry, it comes from the mountains. Shakes the doors. Covers Lipasalis in dust. And the desert. It is beyond the mountains. Red and wide. I still smell it sometimes. Is that possible? Oh, I will go now. Someday, Chishunskiku. But there is still much to see here, I think. Are you far from your home, Watcher? We are homesick together, then. As you say. I do not. But it is better with you. Ketahun gisama. Who? Eder told me God stepped on your house? Your luck is maybe worse than mine. She reminds me of my old teacher. Do you think she would spar with me? But maybe I have enough scars. Always he has a sour lemon face. Like an old man. Her bird is mean. You see where he bit me? I like him. Where did he learn Adirin? Not here, ta? Tikehu showed me rice wine. Ugh, it is terrible. You are out of rice wine, by the way. She poked me with her weapon once. She apologized for a week. I poked her with mine, and now we are even. Who? He puts fire kelp in my soup when he thinks I am not looking. But there are peppers much spicier in Yezua. I will get him back. Ugh, creepy. Fine, yes. Can I ask you a question? We talk about the others. What do you think of me? Yukog? Take me home and I will show you fun. Cool? This is in Seki, my language. I can read this. A moment, please. Let me read. Ah, this is a treasure. You have found a very sacred document, Watcher. Here, I will read some in your Adirin. Prince of the heavens shall be fed only young grasses grown on the hills of Lipasalis. He shall be curried morning and night with a brush made of the bristles of boars fed on golden root. It is a bill of sale for a horse, in truth. A very special horse. You want I should read the rest? He shall be given to only the handsomest of mares, of the most feisty temperament, for he grows bored unless challenged. And when he is sad, he shall have in his ear whispered only the sweetest praise. There is more, but that was the best part. Later, then.
You look like you have something on your mind. The Queen seems to operate with a light hand on the tiller, so to speak. And I think that's a good thing. What the Deadfire needs is someone who can lead its people without smothering them.
Hey, look who it is.
A ship! I am saved! Weeks I've been stranded here. The Valiant Trading Company sends no one. Unless...
Diverus. The company's concerns are the Duke's concerns, which makes them my concerns. But saving your skin was not in my orders.
Then it is the will of gods and countrymen alike that I remain stranded. Perfetto. You come not a moment too soon. Governor Alvari would have told you that we were searching for luminous Adra in Poko Kohara. I worry that Ruano, the local chieftain, gave Captain Bez and my crewmates a false lead.
Or didn't know the way himself and was just trying to impress the outsider.
Ugh, this is a terrible place. Why would I go bobbing for reason in shark-infested waters?
You get a pass because I like that one.
Ruano was the last to speak with the captain before she set sail. He squats in the hot northeast of that pitiful market. I would have joined her, but my stomach... something did not agree. Now it is weeks since they should have returned. I'm only the galley cook, not a search party.
I'd say he's one clove short of a bulb.
A cozy for my staring. It is unusual to see one of the locals so outfitted.
More unusual than a dwarf with no sense of direction?
Argrun. My grandparents gave up their nomadic ways when they moved to the Republics. But I see the appeal of staying in one place, one safe place. Agrasima, this is hope to my ears. Payment is assumed with the company. They are quick to buy what they do not have. When we landed on Tikawara, the chieftain gave us a welcome feast for the dukes. We feasted, danced, drank, and slept, only so we could feast, dance, and drink more.
Good to know your priorities were in proper order on company time.
Tell it to the captain. It was all her idea. Percom Plankanet, music and ale are medicine for the soul. Even so, they did nothing to soften Anaharu. He said we had come to rob and plunder. He and Nairi turned the villagers against us.
Did you not come to plunder? Kara, I misunderstood your mission.
After that, we slept on the boat and took turns watching the shore. Except for me. I had to rest and recover, of course. But in the early hours, our lookouts Ruano and Anaharu disappeared together. I am sure I do not know. All I heard was that they left the village. And by the afternoon, only Ruano returned. Now no one here will even talk of Anaharu. Suspicious, no? Our captain was eager to leave before the winds changed again. The priestess? She imagines me in the jaws of our fish goddess. I know it. She lurks in the shrine next to that awful statue. I cannot stand her wicked looks, but if she does not scare you, then maybe you talk to her. I must watch the supplies at the trading post. You will come to check on me, yes?
It is a bad omen to have a priestess so young.
Age is no assurance of wisdom. Remember Anna?
Still your tongue. Amira's winds will surely carry your words.
No, I cannot do that.
Quit your chirping. I have no fish for you. Full tides. Himwihi and the other Mataru found them when they explored the island. Said maybe we train them to build. And if the soil and sea are misers here, then we eat them.
Oh, Captain Stinkfeathers here has choked down his share of Lagofath eggs.
The high tide is stingy with fish, and the low tide even more so.
Well, the fish do not swim to you, brother? Strange.
Akira, for Ngati does not bless us all equally. What more you need?
Oh, filthy lizards. Even here, I always smell them. An outsider in Tikawara? Who are you, stranger? A captain. If you had sailed downwind of the island, you would have moved on, I say. I tell Ranga Ruanu that the stench of Tikawara will drive away friend and outsider alike. Do you smell it? The words of a skilled hunter. There is no food on this barren island that those monsters do not steal. Always they circle our village looking for weaknesses. I push the cage with the young ones farther toward the beach, but I smell them even here. Better to keep them under our thumb than sharpening blow darts, I say. A week ago, I tracked the fish to Hoina Ravine, so I challenged the Mataru to a hunting competition. My mother's belt for the brood mother's head. It is not every day that newcomers land on our beaches. What say you show me how outsiders deal with Lagofath? Understand they are animals. You must rely on blades, I say, not words. Hunting tales of our ancestors say the brood will scatter when their fish Ranga is killed. No need to chase the children if you cut the head from the mother. The Ranga wanted a trading post. He said it will bring more Valians like the sweaty dwarf. Then they will bring food and supplies and their sweaty money. Always I stand here. This is no job for the Mataru. We hunt, fight, and lead. Someone must. What is there to hunt on this heap of rock and moss? No game, only Lagofath skulking in Hoina Ravine. Even the antelope know there is no fit home. The grasses are thin and the trees are like a child's bones, small and soft. Even to build this, we must hike up the mountain for wood.
The village starves, and you hide koiki fruit?
I hide nothing, you bloated pufferfish. Traitor! Gatty's jaws will close around you! Confess, Tamal, or will you let good food rot? Does mine look like a full belly, idiot? Question the rest of the Raparu. We all hunger.
Disgrace. Any other Raparu has worked 10 times in a day what you have in your life, and they do not complain.
Watcher, we can't just let this injustice stand. Do something, or I might. You do? I mean, of course you do.
I say, this outsider speaks her mind like a Mataru. Another outsider. You visit Tikawara in hungry times. For what do you make of this hagfish, huh? Will Tamal confess if I tighten the ropes? Poko caught this wretch stealing the last of the koiki fruit. The tribe was to feast on it for a harvest ceremony.
The koiki will reveal itself when you can smell it from Nekataka, I say.
I stole no koiki, but I wish I had. I would have hid it somewhere most unpleasant.
You hear this? A second chance we give, and Tamal throws it in our faces. Lied and stolen? Akira. When we have food, he takes more than he deserves. He steals baskets and pots, and even pilfered a spearhead from a warrior on the hunt. I say there is no person in Tikawara who he has not wronged in some way. Maybe no person in the Deadfire.
I say I deserve what others have in plenty. Shade, a full belly, a moment to kneel on cool sands. We stopped being a tribe when Ruanu dragged us into the path of the outsiders. Now we can only save ourselves.
You shame us, Tamao. To return in your next life as a coconut crab would be too kind. We would have eaten the last of the koiki as a tribe. This way, we give our thanks to Kahopa, the eel of life. Now this cannot happen. Our harvest fails because this one puts his empty stomach higher than the gods. This is not done. To consume the fruit, seeds, and all, this is how we pray to Kahopa for bounty. I say, missing food is not the problem. Tamao betrays the tribe, dishonors the Reparo, denies all of us Kahopa's mercy. And he will surely wash back into our nets as a mudfish in the next life if he does not tell us where the koiki fruit is.
I might have an old primer on Raotayan naval punishments lying around. You could give those a try.
You speak like an outlander, but your face is of the tribes.
Forget I said anything.
Pikeho's word is enough to give Tamao over to the waves.
Oh, perfectly civilized. Go on.
This is our way.
Better to drown as an innocent man than starve with you fools.
Justice does not fill our stomachs or our hearts. It brings the gods no closer to ending this famine. Akira, you would do this? I say, our Ranga will dedicate the Feast of the Last Koiki to your name. Until the koiki is found, I will delight in prodding this stubborn eel for answers. You are free to question him in your custom, I say, and Peheko, he tarries often by the beach. I am a warrior, like most Mataru. Can you not tell? We have little reason to fight on Tikawara, except when the fishermen drink too much of the dwarf man's liquor. But these are only small fights, not like it was on the island we left before, when the pirates, the slave... But what did I say? Tikawara does not give an abundance, but there are worse things, Akira. Then you must speak with the Ranga. His lodge is at the top of the hill, past the trading post. Nairi also knows much, but she is quiet ever since. Nairi, she tends the shrine in the northwest part of town, near the statue of Ngati. Yes.
I don't like this, Watcher. Is there nothing we can do to help?
You look at me for what? To watch me shrivel up in the sun? I have seen better days than this. I labor for the tribe, but our Ranga saves the best of everything for his warriors. For what does a warrior need with a full stomach when we are not at war? If only my brain and belly had coordinated, I say I would have tried sooner. Pikeho hates me because I insult his puny catches of fish. All he does is weigh down his boat. For this, he accuses me. Pikeho says I was skulking by the drying hut north of the Ranga's home. Akira, this is so. I would have taken the koiki, but it was already gone. It is said the Reparu share one empty stomach. Blame any of them, I say. The tribe drives me out like jerky because I am hated, not because I am a koiki thief. Then maybe you ask someone with both feet on the ground. I need to conserve my strength.
You need something? Akira. Tamau was creeping around the drying hut where we stored koiki for the ceremony, north of our Ranga's home. I grabbed Tamau by the wrist and dragged him to Makumu. We found all of the koiki were gone. The snake brought this on himself, I say. Now Makumu will deliver him to Tangaloa's maw, where he belongs. Tamau is the thief. Ikira, day and night I catch fish for the tribe. It is said the gods piss on the souls of liars before sending them back to Eora as krill. Tamau stole no koiki. Kahopa must have made Tamau from sand lice, because he gives nothing to the tribe, only takes. No! Ikira, I did not do this. I provide for the tribe, not like that louse Tamau. Tamau is as innocent as a skulking tidepool worm. He hates the tribe. Pity and charity fill his belly and shell pouch, and he has not strained a muscle to serve anyone but himself. Knowing this does not bring the koiki back to the drying hut, but it will help to heal the tribe. No, he wants the koiki and the guilty. So do we all, I say. I cannot say if the true thief covered their tracks, since Makumu never looked for clues. But the drying hut? Ikira, in his sandals, this is where I would look.
Real quiet now.
Tiana, what a surprise! I say, I could not find you after Yoranga moved the tribe. Kara, I say, my soft fish heart can take another callus.
I admit it. I like this one.
Kara, I know that look.
I'll report back to you.
Step back, all of you. You've all got the wrong idea. I'm waiting for a shipment of sailcloth from the homeland. Is that going to be a problem?
Then what say you about this? Coded gibberish, or I'm an Orlin.
Damn it. He's about 2 seconds away from starting a brawl. I've got to step in. One against a mob isn't exactly even. Ever heard of a fair fight?
Ha! Company warships blow our canoes to splinters, and you call us unfair? You foreign imps are all the same. As surely as sharks circle spilled blood, this one has been casting an unwelcome shadow on our village. We found coded documents in his quarters, and he defended himself with lies. Outsider spy. Because Rauatai hungers after these isles, like a tiger lurking in the tall grass and whetting its chops.
If you townies are dumb enough to go blundering into an alpha predator, you deserve what's coming to you.
Who are you to speak in his defense? And who is your traitor friend who postures like she is not one of us? Harama, we will have eyes on you. Cause no trouble.
I owe you thanks for that, stranger. Now here is a welcome sight. Is that little Ishiza? Hop over here, you old terror.
Ishi town. You don't know where he's been. Captain, this is Harama. We were shipmates on the Flying Buttress.
That's a word for it. You could also say we were...
loyal servants of the homeland. That's enough out of you. Afraid this isn't a social visit. This comes from up high.
Atsura's up to his tricks again, I see. Thank you, Maia. I've been waiting for this. Maia, why is he asking?
Captain, later. I promise we can discuss it later. I guess we're done here. It's been, well, sort of like old times. In a good way.
Especially seeing you coming and going again. When the dust settles, maybe we could...
I'd like that. Ishi misses you something awful.
Say no more. Good luck in your travels and other adventures. Ishiza, you keep your feathers clean.
I need to check in with Atsura. Mind if we take a detour to the Brass Citadel? Something like that. Atsura probably wants to make sure I'm not wasting too many resources on his little errand. Nothing to worry about.
What say? You are new to Tikawara? I weave baskets and mats, strong and soft, just as my mother's cousin taught me. In the afternoon, I will go to the trading post to sell them. Of course, All that I earn goes back to the Ranga first. This is prize share. Ikira, we trust in our Ranga to dispense our food, goods, and coin to the tribe. The Mataru get the best of all, and then the Kwaru. The Raparu share what is left among themselves. Mukumu sees to it that Tamao is made an example of what breaking prize share looks like. Only that Tamao is slept like a fat tortoise, while the rest of us chew on reeds to fool our bellies. Ikira, no one could be less surprised. Tamao had this coming. Guilty or no, being tossed to the waves is what Tamao deserves. I have no tears for him. He complained until the Ranga gave him my finest mats, and then left him out for the sport of beasts. Let the gods sort him. The tribe has challenges enough without Juana eating from each other's plates. You overstep for a stranger, an outsider. I say you should go back to the shore that welcomes you.
Yes, hello. Whatever you need, I can help. What say? Pakehu speak through a false blowhole? Prove it. Show me the real traitor. Do not waste my time, I say.
You need something?
Let me fetch my tools.
Stop this! They will get away! Look out! They escape! For what do you open the cage? Now they get away. I will not be the one to tell him Wihi.
You probably have some questions about what we've been doing. We found Harama in quite a state, didn't we? It's no wonder you'd be curious about what's going on. Harama is a sociable type of guy. Getting to know people is as easy to him as breathing is to you or me. Atsura has set him loose so he can get to know as many people as possible. That's one way you could put it. He's keeping an eye on Tikawara. Who comes and goes, what sorts of things they discuss. Atsura is committed to a more peaceful Deadfire. But he's just one man. He needs good people to shoulder the burden with him. Maybe. Probably. Let's just say we're not the first people to deliver Harama a missive that looked like one thing and read like another. Only Atsura knows for sure. Harama might not even have all the facts. I certainly don't. Don't be dense. They're smart enough to assume that Rawatai has spies. And if they're really smart, they're spying on us too. Though I doubt it. Truthfully, I don't know. They look like ordinary documents to me, but I'm sure that's how Atsura wanted it. Atsura has a new code for every hour of the day. He probably has cipher keys tattooed all over his body. For what it's worth, you're doing a great thing for the Deadfire. You'll see that someday.
War's winds blow bitter today, outsider. So the foreigners now send Huana to enslave Huana.
No one chains to Kehu, I say. Well, except Rabuna.
Shameless clown. For what do you say this? To impress me? You are no different from the last ones who came through. Outlanders conquer us with ink and paper packs as well as blades. But they conquer us all the same. If our Ranga gave me the chance. Ruanu. He collaborates with the bottom feeders who went to Poko Kohara for Adra riches. I warned the Valians about Poko Kohara, but why listen to the ignorant Huana girl? Now I remain. They are gone. Taken by the curse. Those who make for Poko Kohara are devoured by Nagati, the trickster of the seas.
Forgive me for saying, but I ain't afraid of your goddess. I got a divine purpose, and so blessed protection from my god.
How comforted these outsiders must feel when they lie to themselves as well.
As though they care what happens to any of us. Percam Blanca, you are young, but not so young to be this naive.
We have cause to respect the gods in the Deadfire, daughter of Amira. Dark clouds surround Poko Kohara, and in my dreams, they swallow us all. We tell these stories not because they happen just so. We tell them for what they mean. Our Rangosphere makes him too trusting. He believes the Valiant traders will protect us if they settle here and mine Poko Kohara.
They will. It is what the company has done throughout the Eastern Reach. Why not here?
So the villagers pour their sweat into the sand, building a trading post on a barren island. If more Valians come? Akira, the same thing that has happened with every other foreigner. They will kill us, rob us, enslave us. And we will be too busy building their halls and sweeping their docks to fight. You are known as a friend to the Huana. If you did not win our favor to simply profit from us, then prove it now. If you go to Poko Kohara, I say the best thing is to destroy it for the tribe.
So much the better if it means one fewer island with a Valiant flag planted on the beach.
Akira, your friend sees the shape of things. When the Adra is gone, the Valians will dig somewhere else, leaving us to point our canoes toward more welcoming shores. If I knew, then I would go myself. Anything that is built can surely be destroyed, Akira. And the storms are proof of powerful magic at work. Dispel this magic, banish it, whatever needs doing. Then stay out of my plans. Sail back to wherever you came from. Anaharu was the tribe's priest before me. And he was my father. Before he challenged Ruanu to a trial of waves. But he was cast off. We are forbidden to speak of him. It means the tribe must forget him. The Ranga divided his possessions among the other Mataru, and now we do not speak of him. When there is an argument between leaders that cannot be answered, we turn to Nagati. Two challengers risk violent currents, beasts from the deep, and waves that would dash them against the rocks. The winner, if there is one, has Nagati's favor. The loser, living or dead, is forgotten by Nagati and the tribe. My father knew that traders are as dangerous as pirates and slavers, perhaps more, because they grow strong in Neketaka. So, when the expedition came, he begged Ruanu to send them away and move the tribe to another island. Ruanu, he did not listen, and Anaharu was done talking. Anaharu goes to his next life, but forgotten, he goes to a different tribe. He is Aranga. My own great-aunt looked into his soul and declared him such. I must respect him, even as he builds a village for our enemies. Akira, but the tribe is exhausted of strong Mataru to stand against him. The last one to challenge Aranga was Anaharu. I must learn to stop saying his name. We worship the same gods as the foreigners, but sometimes with different names. This is Nagati, the trickster of the seas.
You worship Gon same as I do, at least in Neketaka. But I'll admit I've never called Andra Ngati.
Foreigners know her as Andra. To us, there is no difference.
Ruanu was wise to bring us here. A year, and still foreigners never attack.
But our food dwindles. Better to die fighting than starving.
Ishi, quiet time.
Welcome to Tikawara. Akira! What a surprise, I say. But no one told me that envoys of Rawatai landed on Tikawara. I would shower you with the fruit of our harvest, but the season is unkind, I say. Poko Kohara is restless. Even from afar, the storms tear our bounty up by the root and chase fish to calmer shores. Tikawara is not our first home. I am hoping it grows more opportunity than Koiki. The Valians went to Poko Kohara for luminous Adra, but their expedition does not return. As the storms grow wild, Tikawara dies around us. No traveler will land here if they are forced to eat their belts, I say. Here, this was a token passed down from the Rankas, said to come from Poko Kohara in brighter days. The Muzuma snail, a foul thing, yes? They eat to the dead faster than Tangaloa, I say. It is nothing the Kawaru would craft. The ancestors and their hobbies. If you need aid, Himurihi's warriors need only someone to bark commands and they will go. Wind and sorrow are all that emerge from the ruins, never answers. You are new to the islands. I would not expect you to know of these things. Our ancestors told of luminous Adra, the bones of the Deadfire, breaching through the sands of Poko Kohara. Ngati raises her watery fist in defense of the Adra. Valian or Juana, it is nothing to her who suffers in the wake of such anger. Maybe that is for what the Valians find it so fascinating. Their captain brushed off my tails like the buzzing of gnats. In our old villages, we were raided by pirates, stolen by slavers, and killed by Rawatayan scouts. So I brought them here, where the soil is too poor for koiki fruit and the waters too shallow for great fish. At least we are in the path of Valian traders as they come and go. This is protection, prosperity, a future. Ikira, we paddle our canoes the long way around Poko Kohara for a reason, I say. Another people lived among our ancestors and built a temple in the desert. Now there is only death. But the Valians closed their ears to my warning. Speak on, friend. What say? Our village here is young still, but we will grow when the Valians come.
Takara, like an ingrown toenail.
For what does Nagati's chosen protest? Give Tikawara a chance to prove itself. That is for what we build many houses now, even a trading post. We make Tikawara pleasing to the Valians. Then when they come for Poko Kohara, they build their harbor here. They must. Some tribes push foreigners away, but it is good to have powerful friends.
The company can be a good friend to helpful partners, even out here.
If the Valians come, they will build an outpost here in Tikawara. And then we will have more to trade with outsiders than just Rongi's mats. With coin comes protection, friendship. A favorable arrangement for both sides, I say. I say that in Tikawara there is always a spot around the fire and a koiki in every hand. Speak on, friend. The Valians left many crates with the dwarf. He hoards them by the beach. But we never refuse a guest. If you need sleep, Himuihi will show you all the villages contending for the honor of your visit. And if you need strong Mutaru warriors to fight at your side, then Himuihi can help you with this also. She guards the trading post.
So the hatching scampered off then. I hope they recall this as nothing but a bad dream, Ikira. I see your feet will not let you stay in one place. Ikira. It must have come undone from a basket or a mat. These things happen, I say. I stole the koiki, not Tamao. Ruanu would have us waste our last koiki on a ceremony to the gods. I say the seeds must be harvested and planted. So I hide them by the shore, where the sun warms the sand just so, and I wait. Ikira, do you cultivate? Koiki is tough, stubborn. It does not surrender without a fight. I let Amira's hot breath warm the heart of the seeds and tell them to grow. Ruanu would not understand. A Kuaru like me is no farmer. It is not my place to decide what is harvested. But if I can spring life from the koiki seeds, then we have a chance to feed the tribe on a new crop. At least, what tribe still lives by the time the fruit grows? What say? He has stolen, insulted us, even hurled insults at the gods. He is no innocent, I say. If birthing a new crop of koiki means his sacrifice, even Ngati would forgive this. Ikira, but say nothing. If Ruana takes back the koiki, we will grow nothing else in time to sustain the tribe. I beg of you, for the good of the tribe, let Tumau meet the gods that the rest of us might eat again.
When this tour of duty is over, I'm buying my own ship. Something small and fast.
Oh, I guess you'll be off then. Sailing the high seas, chasing some grand adventure all by your lonesome?
Well, every captain needs her first mate.
You'll want to speak with this knife-wielding baboon, Makumu.
What say? Is the bribe imp ready for his confession? Akira, curious. This is a weaver's material, but I say it is everywhere in Tikawara. Hidden from all the sand crabs and liars, I say.
Akira, that is no work of mine. Though I want to see you lose a finger to the crabs, digging up the rest.
I say I'm beyond finished. For this, I'll feed you to Ngati myself. With respect, it is not for you to question how I protect the tribe and appease the gods. Unless you think someone else is to blame. Akira, this is true? Why would Rangi do this? What say? He thinks a weaver knows better than the Ranga what to do with our fruit? Two traitors. But only one deserves death this day. Justice is most terrible when its blade falls on a friend, I say. Rongi.
feel it.
Oh, hell! Moel, exceed honor!
Permutation to spells. Neco blanca.
Quefte silnes mythicum. I'm not especially keen on taking orders from disembodied voices, you know. How curious. You read my mind. A clever gambit. Shall we give them a warm welcome?
Feel it.
Well, if you insist.
Yes! Yes!
This does not work.
Still as a pond. Yeah, because first contacts always tend to go well.
Oh, Anna. Wana. Oh, Anna.
Can't really blame him, can ya?
Do not pretend to understand the opinions of fish, I say.
Gelade. I did not even know these Wilder could understand Kith languages.
Hatchlings. Oh, Anna.
The fishermen say you released the Lagufat. What madness possessed you? At least I can look forward to killing them when they come back. And you? Keep your hands off of what is not yours. Akira?
Ishi, get in my pack. Too windy here for little birds.
There. Above.
Try not to bleed on me.
No can do.
Naturally.
Just like that. Glory be to God!
You ask so little.
Eyes open.
What's our plan? I have the strangest feeling I've done this before. I'm not especially keen on taking orders from disembodied voices, you know.
No, I cannot do that.
Makes no difference.
Up! It's coming!
I'm sorry.
Apretta, inside!
it.
This bodes poorly for my countrymen.
We should not have left Vector with those Juana.
Then swim back to Tikawara. We will take your share.
Read my mind.
At once.
There.
Feel it.
I need to try something else.
See that, Ishi?
Bloodshed.
That's right!
I have the strangest feeling I've done this before.
That was about as useful as a bump on a pickle.
Worth and rough.
Ixie on us. Ain't you got the decency to die?
Still as a pond.
A clever gambit.
Dust off your feathers, Ishi. I don't like this.
I sense a predator in the water.
Worth and rough.
Be cautious. Be constant.
Merle, she came after me.
You pushed her!
Merle, she came after me.
Strangest feeling I've done this before. You'll want to see this.
Unfortunate. Let us not repeat history.
At once. Curious. You read my mind. clever gambler.
You want a predator in the...
Shall I have a word with the quick?
Almost enough to make one feel self-conscious.
Even in this state, it is easy to see why Luminous Adra is so prized.
Is that blood? What have you done?
I found him like this. Why is your blade drawn?
You're crazy. Stay back.
You read my mind. Let me fetch my tools. That wasn't so hard.
I sense a predator in the water.
So much for diplomacy.
That dog won't hunt.
Worth and rough.
Modwyr, Ixie, Alnus. Lost the light.
Eyes open.
Let me fetch my tools. Watch an artist. That wasn't so hard.
Careful. Look.
So much for diplomacy.
No use. I cannot.
It's a mess. Strangest feeling I've done this before. Let me fetch my tool. I've had practice.
I sense a predator in the water.
I've got some...
This does not work!
Worth and rough!
That reminds me of the Ranganui shooting gallery.
It makes no difference.
My clothes.
No can do. That was about as useful as a bump on a pickle.
It's the Alpha Predator.
Clever guy.
Dim in the lantern.
How cute.
It's not my time yet.
Feel it.
Ixie on us.
Once.
Say your prayers.
It makes no difference.
Be cautious. Be constant.
Can't hide from me.
Shall I have a word with?
Feel it.
No, Ixie on us.
I can be quiet if you can.
Oh, easy on us.
Read my mind. Slow and steady. I have the strangest feeling I've done this before.
Please, pray for me.
Slow and steady.
The tentacle rots from the base up, I say.
What is this? Are we truly in this place?
Ishi, quiet time.
This is how the gods run the Beyond.
I'm sure Valian animancy would be an improvement.
You do not belong here. We are the dead.
We're talking to a lost soul? Hold on, before you say any more, look into the light of my lantern.
Maybe you're dead. I do not see Tangaloa's mouth or Sirono's doors anywhere.
My storm wreathes Poko Kohara. Ngati's fist drags Valian ships to the deep. If you come to stop this, you have already failed. You come as an endorsement from your mother, I say.
As usual, I am the last to know.
Ngati holds our souls in this swamp, cut off from the sea. The flow of essence stops here.
And rots, apparently.
What do you mean, rots? Souls are going bad, cut off from the cycle? My lantern looks fine and healthy, though.
I don't claim to understand it, girl. I'm a miner, not a mystic.
The cistern overflows into the world of the living, stirring the sea and skies with the fury of the goddess, bringing storms. The gods laugh at machines, I say. Nothing built of kith hands can wrest away their will. No souls travel through here. The Adra screams. Ngati grins, showing her fangs.
Makara, then you do know my mother.
This is where Valian's scheming ends. Ngati's servant holds the dam closed to flood the living world with her vengeance. Their ships also sink when the winds tip them over, Akira. I am the storm of my people. Adra is the staff I wave to churn Ngati's kingdom.
Mythical, to arrive at the far side of death and find this babbling brook.
The Valians will not overrun us while I have the strength to repel them.
If you think bad weather will hold back my countrymen, you have greatly underestimated us.
They will depart when the waters rise to drown their investments. This I know. Fool! Ngati will stop churning the seas when the outsiders leave. Then I will be reborn as a Ranga. Pirates and slavers drove my tribe from our old roots and havens. Now, the Valians do the same with paper. They come to pull Adra from the earth and mill it like grain.
You speak as though this Adra has been the heart and soul of your tribe for generations, though you have only recently come here.
Adra is the heart and health of the Deadfire. You whose breast is cold and still would know nothing of this. There is nothing more to say. Here at the end, outsider lies are a dull edge. This is where all things stop. No one leaves, I say.
Akasi, let's not be hasty. Some of us still have bodies out there. You don't plan on staying here, right? Why not let us tag along and see if we can reunite with our... what we left behind? You're not lying, are you? You've all served your captain with distinction. But I think this is where we part ways. Dismissed.
Bleed on my clothes.
Child's play.
Find Ishi.
My lips would all grow moldy. Way, haul away, we'll haul away and go. Tommy, way, haul away, the good ship now is rolling. Way, haul away, we'll haul away and go. Old Gaffin held the Yenwood's crown before the revolution. Way,
Welcome back. Governor Alvari will see you.
Ah, good, you're back. I hope you had a pleasant voyage. Before you get too far on the way, I think you ought to come with me. Director Castol will want to hear from you in person.
Alvari tells me you were kind enough to look into this business on Poko Kohara for us. I hope you bring good news. Incredible. You see, what fortune you had to find a watcher, Alvari. An Adra vein of that size will go a long way. We need only send a ship.
Assuming we can replace the people we lost. I notice Beza is not with you. Did you find any sign of the expedition?
A sorry end for such dedicated individuals. How very fortunate that you lived to tell their tale. I believe I can take things from here, Alvari. Agrasima. The Watcher and I have more business to discuss. Oh, and do pay the man for his trouble first. I thought it best I speak with you face to face. Watchers are not so numerous here in the Deadfire, especially those of such storied backgrounds as yourself. They tell me you have notable connections among certain of the families in Defiance Bay. The Dominals in particular. And I think that we are, each of us, in a position to offer each other something that we cannot find elsewhere. The Valiant Trading Company has had a presence on this island for nearly a century now. We have the greatest fleet on the seas, the support of the richest men and women in the world. What can the Royal Deadfire Company offer? A soldier's wages, so that you can elevate the fortunes of a distant king? And the Queen? A place in the Kahanga tribe among all the rest of these neglected people. You've lived outside the caste system all these years. Are you eager to return to it? I can give you money, fame, certainly. But the men and women of the company, we set our aims high. And if I only wanted to offer you work as an Adra inspector, I would have let Alvari deal with you. Yes, of course. That is my thinking exactly. The Valiant Trading Company has maintained an outpost here in Nekataka for nearly a century now. It was only 2 years ago that we discovered the effects of Luminous Adra with the aid of our animancers and several watchers. Flaune Alette has continued to study the potential of Luminous Adra in all manner of advances. Why content ourselves to sell all this Adra as a luxury when we might use it to change the world? But of course you understand all of this. Alette sent word of your involvement in her latest experiment. A very dramatic first attempt, I hear. Though Alette has a tendency to gloss over details. But I want to hear it from you. How did it go? Oh, it wouldn't work for me, I think, but... I take your meaning. More dangerous than expected, yes? I hope Alette paid you well for your trouble. A small comfort, but you'll return from your adventure a little wealthier, at least. We are in the early days of Alette's research. Flawed as this outing was, there is promise there. This is only the start, you know. The very dawn of a new age of discovery. But just imagine. Imagine if we could transport goods and people more quickly than any vessel or horse. Cure every kind of ailment. Perhaps cure disease altogether. We'll extend our lifespans by decades, maybe even centuries one day. This has all been the work of a single outpost. I want there to be a dozen outposts, 100. Animancers working together to better our lives. Look at what we have left behind. Old Valia is a battlefield at constant war with itself. But the republics have risen from that past. We can rise farther still. And in doing so, we will raise all of Aora with us.
Perfetto!
Yes, but achievable, I think. I may not live to see it, but I will see the groundwork done. But I've said enough. Too much, I think. There will be more experiments to come. Until then, I have a more grounded task I need assistance with. Nothing that should put your spirit in any danger. Nekataka sees its share of smuggling. I doubt that would surprise anyone. But we've learned of a particular exchange that will have more dire effects than a few spoiled Hawana peasants.
There are no peasants in the tribes. Your people created this term.
Peace, man. They certainly aren't kings or queens, are they? There is a royal Deadfire company official by the name of Quarno, who has been meeting in secret with one of the Principi. I do not believe he works with the approval of his masters. He meets with a Captain Tola, a known pirate and smuggler. I hope I don't have to tell you that an alliance between a crooked royal official and the Principi is not the kind of trouble any of us need. I have a woman, Britza, waiting in the luminous bathhouse in Periki's Overlook. The smugglers do business there, and she has kept an eye on things. I promise to send assistance. Find her, and she will tell you what she knows. Telling you amounts to much the same, no? Someone has to put a stop to things.
Good thing that someone is us. Rauataian black powder is worth its weight in Adra out here.
Of course. Best to go in prepared. The discipline of the royal officers isn't really what any of this is about. I'm more concerned about the pirates. In this particular case, the companies share an enemy. A fine Valian woman. Steady temperament. Good sense. The bathhouse sees an enormous number of patrons every day. It is a useful place to have a set of eyes and ears on hand. Only that Tola is a captain of middling repute and some small ambition. I expect she feels that a partnership with Quarno will give her an edge. Britza will know more. Excellent. Meeting you has been a stroke of luck, Watcher. I'll await your report.
Thanks for taking me this far. This is where we part ways. For the moment. Atsura will want me to report in alone. Sorry, it's company business. I might not be back for a few days on account of this. I'm supposed to handle this one alone. I won't ask you to come along or get involved. You don't have to like it, Captain. This is my job. If you miss me, chat with the fishman. I'm sure he's got some stories.
May you return with a good one.
Go have fun. Chase a god, save an island. Do what you do best, Captain. And you as well. Just don't have too much fun without us. A word?
1 minute he's all charm, then he cuts me down with a word.
I get along fine with him.
Clear skies. That explains the rumors the Valians are scaling up in Queen's Birth. I'd hoped you would stop them. Their progress will leave Deadfire a used-up husk. Nevertheless, I'm more interested in reports the storms around the islands have cleared. What do you know of this? Even if this isn't the outcome we'd wanted for Poko Kohara, your observation is infinitely more valuable. Take this, and remember it the next time we call on you. We'd long suspected something unnatural was behind the storms, but we had little evidence. Yes. If the storms that assail Rawatai have a similarly unnatural origin, then perhaps they too can be stopped. And if that's the case, then there's more work to be done. Work that you might be able to help with. After all, somebody has to keep the peace in these tumultuous times, no? In any case, Hazanui Karu has a matter that could use your help. Her office is on the main floor behind the large double doors. It's most conspicuous. It's a trading post, of course. I just did. How do you mean that? Rawatai is composed of many types, but it's true, many here are soldiers and engineers, none of whom are especially diligent about paperwork.
Are we talking about the same Atsura?
Atsura tells me you tamed the storms of Poko Kohara. You've got more metal than I expected for someone who spent so many years on scrolls and books. Makes a person wonder what kind of secrets lie in Adra's mortar. That's the spirit. Rautai's storms have made us who we are as a nation. Hardy, driven, inventive. But they've also held us back. Forced our people to seek resources and livelihoods far from our homes and families. Imagine how much more we could achieve if we could control those storms. Why not? The storms there cannot be natural. Not when they are so ferocious, so constant. And your exploits at Poko Kohara suggest that something else may be behind them. But enough of that for now. There's an understatement. The trouble in Hasango forced us to send additional ships back to Rawatai to make up for shortfalls. And storms at home have delayed another portion of our fleet. This leaves us short-handed here. I'm sure you'll get the chance. We're due to collect a special shipment for delivery to our port at Sayuka. We've contracted with a captain named Widla. Meet her, complete the trade, and take the cargo to Sayuka. Fleet Master Okaya is overseeing the development of some special projects there. She's one of the brightest minds in Rawatai, and it shows. You two will get along. Most of her work is, or should be, under wraps for now. But perhaps she can give you a taste of what we have to offer. Good sailors with a fast ship and no mind for questions. Along with half the population of this storm-tossed archipelago. I understand you're cozy with the Principe. I've got no love for pirates, but that connection may serve you well here. Let's just say, I'm not keen to invite them to a port where we're developing experimental technologies. Any other questions? It'll be easier for Okaya to explain. Widla's agreed to meet our courier out at sea, away from the heaviest traffic. This is her payment. We've already negotiated with her. Fleet Master Okaya will see to your compensation once you arrive with the cargo. This is the kind of job that's best completed quickly and quietly. I'm counting on your famous discretion. Clear skies.